Hey there! So today we have another Darwin's Rants, and you can see, this is actually Amelia's. It's my birthday! Well, it's actually, I probably should have done this video last night, but it's actually my birthday. I just got home from work for a little bit more. A few more, a little and a half hours or so. But anyway, yeah! A good old 37. Oh, feels weird. We're going to talk a little bit about that, some job stuff, and other stuff. Okay. Which feels very old, by the way. But thankfully, actually, yesterday, because I guess, my birthday was midnight yesterday, right? One of the girls was like, how old do you turn? You look pretty good. She would have guessed I was 27, which is great. Like, I love hearing that. I mean, I don't know if people are blowing shit up my asshole, but it's nice to hear that, I look under my actual age. I mean, that's everybody's fucking goal, right? So, well, first off, so what'd you do for your birthday? Nothing. Pretty much, I actually planned on going out last night, because most people celebrate their birthdays on like Saturday, Sunday, right? That's when people go out, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? All my friends obviously work in the industry. They're all my Sanford Brewing people. Monday is actually the night to go out. So I tried to take off work last night, a week ahead of time, but like apparently I was already scheduled or some shit, so I couldn't get it off. But I'm getting next Monday off, so I already told everybody, all right, we're going out on Monday. Don't really actually get to go out these days, right? Can't afford it, don't have time, blah, blah, but at least to do that, to reconnect with friends, see them again, make an excuse to see everybody, right? That's one of the best things. Like, screw this, it's my birthday. I just want to see my friends, like see my, people I don't get to work with anymore, right? Well, why are you wearing this? Well, if I'm going to be working on my birthday, and honestly, I really should have had this yesterday, but I honestly, I didn't really realize this existed, and then I was going to go to the store, but didn't have time to run to the store, so honestly, I should have wore this yesterday and today. And what's the point? Just a little, yeah, man, I'm here to get some pity tips. That's how cool Maitland was last year for my birthday. I'm pretty sure, I did the math, I think I made an extra $100, $200, which is dope. Like, that's how cool my regulars were, the awesome people that I work, because I definitely wore this, like, the Friday, Saturday, right, of my birthday, something like that, whatever my birthday was, something like that. Tonight, people were really nice. A lot of people said happy birthday, super sweet. And then I think some people had a few, like literally dollars. Like, so I made a few actual dollars today. Nothing crazy, but it was nice. And funny enough, actually, it was someone's birthday yesterday who was also a bartender, and he was actually going into work, so he stopped by for lunch. He actually just went to New York, so we were chatting about bars and stuff, and then he's also a bartender nearby. And he was going to work. I was like, buddy, it's like, get yourself something, like, go to the store. He's like, oh, yeah, good idea. It's like, if you're going to be working on your birthday, people better fucking know it's your birthday, right? Especially if you work in a tipped industry. Like, what the hell? like, what are we doing here, right? And then, funny enough, I actually took care, me and the other server took care of this big party of, like, 30 people for the guy had the same birthday as me, September 30th, right? Nice. So talking about, like, how awesome Maitland is, I actually finally went out the door and, like, dropped resumes off to, like, 6 or 7 or 8 restaurants locally that, like, bro, like, I would love to work in Maitland again. Boom. Like, these are the only places really that, Maitland has. If not, it is what it is, right? Then on the job hunt side, you know what? Honestly, I've been so busy. So last year, so funny enough, I was looking at my numbers last year. This year, I'm down 20% for the month of September, while working an extra gajillion more hours, which is what it is. Honestly, I honestly would have thought I did a lot worse this month, because it's just been a bad month, and also my jobs are not, have not been that great. But yeah, I'm trying my best, and it really has to pick up for October, November, and honestly all the way through June. Like, that's our busy season is actually pretty long here, so ideally it's busy all the way. We'll see. So I've just been super busy. And then with my free time, I've just been applying to more kind of industry jobs, even though I talked to you guys about, like, looking at transitioning. But it's the easiest thing I could do right now. Like, like, I don't know what I'm really quite looking for. It's going to take work and research and trying to make connections and do this other stuff to, like, get out of this industry, right? Because, again, I don't really have any experience doing anything fucking else. So what are we doing here, right? So it's easier just to be like, all right, like, I'm obviously experienced in this shit. These things I could apply for, bars, restaurants, hotels, blah, blah, blah. But I do plan on working on getting transitioning and finding other stuff. I just really need to work on getting some references and connections and networking, and just figuring out, like, all right, really what can I actually use my skills for, right? And then also part of it's like, it's a little bit of revelation. Like, so my schedule is a little bit rough these days. I got some long days, dude. Let me tell you. What is it? I got the Thursday open. All right, that's fine. I don't have to work Thursday night. But then I have the Friday open open at Runabout, close at the Cantina, open again at Runabout, open again on Sunday at F&D. And I'm doing that back-to-back weekends. It's just long days. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now. Like, so, like, Friday, like, I literally have to be out the door at 10 a.m. and I don't get home till almost midnight. Right? That's being out the door for 14 hours, working at least 13 or 12 or 13 or something like that. And I remember literally vividly, like, it was less than a week ago, Friday, I was getting home. And I was like, fuck, that's a long day, 14 hours. But then I just, like, slowly walked, I just quietly, like, walked the parking lot and into my apartment. And I was just like, yeah, all right. Like, which is weird. Like, objectively thinking about that. I think, like, I mean, I don't know about you guys and what you guys do for work, but, like, I feel normally that'd be like, fuck this shit. That's way too long of a day. I don't want to do 14 hours. Can't do it again. I'm not available to do it again. This is bullshit. This sucks. It's too long. Too long. But I walked out of the car. I was like, huh. It was, and Friday night was relatively, like, decently busy. I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. Like, that's not normal, so that's sort of why I love doing this, because, like, I could sort of accept the fact of just, like, busting ass, working hard, long hours. It's a job I love, and I just was like, okay, whatever. And the crazy thing is that's a long day, but then I gotta immediately get home, take a bite of food, because I obviously didn't have dinner, quickly eat some food, go to bed immediately, because I gotta be up at like 9:30 in the morning, because I gotta be out the door at 10 to go back to work again. And then that was a double even, right? That was 10 a.m. I don't get home till 10 p.m. the next day on a Saturday. Then I got to be up at 9 a.m. because I got to be at work at 10 a.m. at Cantina because they're open early for freaking brunch, right? So did all that shit and still somehow survived that. It's that's a long Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like boom, 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 boom. And I'm not a morning guy, by the way. So I was like, fuck, long days. Yeah. So that's sort of what's been compensating the fact of how slow it is. I've just been working more. And I will, so I think I'm doing like 8 shifts a week, which, by the way, it's not 8 shifts because like normal people, a normal 9 to 5 is 8 hours, right? 8 times 8. I'm not working 64 hours a week. These shifts are really wacky. I'm doing anywhere from 3 to 6 hours per shift, 3 to 5 to 6 hours per shift. So, right, that's more like 40-ish hours plus commute. So I'm still out the door for almost 50 hours or whatever. So, oh yeah, for sure. 60, yeah, at least 50, almost 50 hours, right? So we're just like, I mean, that's normal. That's what normal people are out the door for per week, right? 50 hours, something like that. I don't know. But granted, I'm also working 6 days a week. Yeah, I'm also working 6 days a week. I'm not doing 2 days off. I'm doing 6 days. So yeah, there you go. That's also part of why I just haven't had the time to really like explore my other options. I don't fucking have that much free time to just sit around and do all that shit. Instead of any free time I have, I just go on the job boards. All right, keep applying and shit for shit, hoping that'll stick. Because also it is busy season. Busy season coming up, and like this is sort of the last shot I have to really like try to get in the door. Otherwise, yeah, I really have to. Really gonna have to transition out of this shit. And like a good example is like I just had an interview. One of my former coworkers from Sanford Brewing, he works at a beer bar. We actually visited him and like look at the draft list. Like, oh, cool. They got like 30, 40 taps. They got like 1 million cans. It's a beer bar. Like it's a craft beer bar. And he's like, oh yeah, they need somebody to work. I was like, bro, that's what I need to be doing. I do not need to be working at a Mexican restaurant. I need to be working at a beer bar, right? Like or a brewery, right? Which one of my jobs is a brewery. So cool. Showed the interview. I actually accidentally left my resumes at home. I don't know why I brought them home. I should have left them. They should always be in my car. This is so stupid. But I had forwarded. Yeah, like my email, my resume is forwarded to her. Literally, the lady says, "What's your availability? What's your phone number? Bye." Like it wasn't even an interview. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, do you even know who the fuck? Like, I mean, you like. And by the way, I didn't get the job. Actually, one of my friends got the job. So like, he's actually the person that hired me at Sanford Brewing, and he actually really needs a job. So, so yeah, he got it. Whatever. But and he works in beer, so that's fine. But I was just thinking to myself, like, it's like you shouldn't even ask anything about beer. I was like, there's literally, I don't know how many people you're gonna run into that are more overqualified to work at a beer bar than me. Like way. But again, I really have to accept the fact that, again, I've been doing this for over a decade now. Nobody fucking in beer, bars, or restaurants wants a 5'6" chubby Asian guy. Like, it just nobody's interested in it. It just is what it is. I'm not tall enough. I'm not bearded enough. I don't have enough tattoos. I don't have tits. Like, it is what it is. And then, like, it sucks to think about, but it is what it is. Like, I've been struggling for that my entire career, and thankfully, people have given me chances. But, like, hey, man, and I'm not getting any younger. I'm not getting any more attractive. So it is what it is, and I'll try my best. But shit don't work out. I'm gonna have to find other shit. And that's already the plan. Just long term, the short term, it's easier for me to just like click on whatever fucking shit shows up that I already can. I'm already qualified to do. It's easier to fucking apply for that shit than fucking figure out like, all right, well, what am I have to get trained with, and what industry is this going to be, and what kind of job is it going to be, and and like, what am I going to have to learn? Like, right? Like, I'm a plug and play guy for any bar and restaurant, fucking overqualified for shit for any of this stuff. So, trying that for now, and then again, as I get more free time, I'm going to try to figure some other shit out to get out of the shit firm. Because again, it's really important for long term stability of my income, family, benefits. Fucking, I still haven't had health insurance for a few years now. So need to get on top of that. So I'm not getting any younger again, right? Thank you. Ooh. By the way, if you guys are interested, I'm going out obviously next Monday. If you'd like to buy me a drink, you can click on the link below, my Venmo or whatever. You can do that. And so guess what? You want to buy me a drink? I will tell you what I had on my birthday. I'll even take a picture and like tell you about it or some shit. Or hopefully this is more fun for you. I will do a review for you. So if you want to buy me a drink for my birthday, but obviously have to be able to buy it in this market, right? That's huge. So, but if I can get in this market and you tell me what it is, I will go to the store, buy it, and review it for you, right? So at least you get a review out of it if you're gonna buy me a drink. Thank you. Putting away the birthday sash. My birthday is officially over in like 20 minutes. Cheers. Later.